Yo, what's up guys? It's your boy Franklin here, and today I will be showcasing another OU Wi-Fi battle on my channel, and this is against a member of our Pokemon Battle and Trade community, and you can find that community right in the description of this video. Like I previously mentioned on my video beforehand, I will be trying to do a Shiny Necrozma giveaway, and I've been doing small giveaways on other groups on Facebook, just because I want to get a feel of how long it will take to even do these kind of trades, since the trade requires me to do link trades and not GTS, which kind of makes things little bit more tedious and a bit more difficult to communicate with other people, but I will try to get that out soon. But anyways, let's get right to it. So I am using a team that's very familiar, I should say, with a couple of videos you guys have seen in my previous showcases on Smogon Showdown Live, and also with James' team. Looks very hyper offensive. Suicide Leader Redactyl, it could be Z, Victini, and also could be Screens Coco. So we'll find out very soon. And I can't believe I said Smogon Showdown. It's Pokemon Showdown. I'm such a fucking idiot. Anyways, I did off with the Rotom because it's a very safe lead for me outside of Kartana, but I highly doubted he was gonna lead off with Kartana anyways. The Aerodactyl, most likely, since it did not Mega Evolve, it's probably Focus Sash, and it does get this rock, so which is fine with me because I don't really care at all. I go for the Volt Switch because I'm trying to get out of here and just weaken this Aerodactyl, and that's quite a bit, even though I'm not invested in any special attack at all with this Rotom. So I go into my Scizor because Scizor is the best play right here. It prevents his Aerodactyl doing any more stuff, and I can switch out just in case too. So he does switch out the Aerodactyl and goes into the Victini, and I'm like, okay, that's interesting. So I end up becoming a Mega Scizor because I can, and I will. Now, I'm not sure, I don't quite remember what I did in this play, but I do go for the Swords Dance because I was expecting, you know, the Aerodactyl to stay in, depending on how smart he is with his Aerodactyl, because his lead is kind of useless. But I go for the SD because I was expecting him to stay in. He switches out, which is pretty interesting, and I switch out as well because I am not wanting to take a Searing Flare from this Victini or a V-Create or whatever it has, a Flame Charge. So I predict him going for the Z-Celebrate and just go for the Lando play here, but I get the Kartana in return. So I get the -1 on his Kartana, which is awesome, and I got no other play but I have to play around with this Kartana very carefully, because if I do lose my Lando and I lose my other Kartana, and my Scizor as well, I kind of lose the game, which sucks. But regardless, I'm going to switch out because I can, and I'm going to go into my own Scizor because outside of a Sacred Sword, it's not going to do too much to me. So my Scizor looking all meaty mighty right here. I predict that, switch out, go into Lando so I can drop into neutral attack, just so I can get some momentum going, because I really do need to get rid of this Kartana, because this Kartana is very annoying, and once Kartana goes down, the rest of his team should be pretty easy to deal with, outside of the possible belly drum Azu in the back waiting to my team to get weakened. I switch out my Lando one more time, and I go right into my Scizor here, because why not? I can do whatever I want. So I get some rocks picked off on Mega Scizor, and that knockoff does a little too much, and it turns out to be Life Orb, which is pretty awesome. I switch out my Scizor because I want to, and I'm going to go back into my Lando again, just so I can get another -1 off of this Kartana, and I believe it's at +1. It's still dangerous though, because he could throw off a Leaf Blade here. But he does end up going for a Swords Dance, which I kind of don't agree with that play, because in his position, you're already at +1, and you're a Life Orb Kartana. There's no reason for you to get really, you know, kind of hard to say, but really hard for you to get greedy on that play. I really don't agree with that. And because since Kartana is shown to have Life Orb Swords Dance, then most likely it doesn't have Sacred Sword. So I go into my own Kartana here, and I think he should have clicked another move besides knockoff, and he probably did not have another move because I am not itemed. I have a Z Crystal on this Kartana, and I go for the Sacred Sword, and I'm able to knock out this gigantic threat off of the team, which is awesome because now it is my turn to deal damage with Kartana, and I get that juicy +1 in attack. So he goes into the Victini expecting me to not have anything or expecting me to be scarfed, and I'm like, you got me fucked up because I actually do got the Z, and it is the Z Normalium, or Normalium Z, which is a Z Giga Impact, because this Kartana already has enough attack for Giga Impact, like, ha, whatever. So there you go. I'm about to break some necks right now. I'm about to give you a blitz. I'm giving you the 4-3 blitz on you like I'm playing in the NFL, and I'm about to knock your ass out. Right here, right now, there's no way Victini survives that, which is really great because that means I don't have to worry about Z Celebrate, because Z Celebrate Victini kind of destroys my team as well. So I get another boost in attack, which is great. It goes into Latios. Now I believe in this play here, I was really thinking about switching. Or switching and then not switching. If I would have stayed in, Kartana would have picked up 3 easy kills. All my life it could have gone 3 kills. But this Latios decides to go for a Dragon Dance. I'm like, you must have Earthquake or Zen Headbutt or Dragon Claw, because there's no way you're gonna be DDing up on me when there's Magearna in his face. And I'm like, wait a minute, you are gonna do it? So he does Mega Evolve into the eventual Mega Latios, and I'm like, okay, interesting. I believe you do have Earthquake, because there's no way you're gonna hit me with another time move. But he goes for another Dragon Dance, and that's a big misplay, because I think he was trying to secure a +2 or thinking that I was Shuka, but I do have the Flare Cannon, and I'm not gonna miss, as usual. So this is gonna completely destroy the Latios, since Latios doesn't have that much bulk, and I just knock it out in one hit. So that was a wasteful opportunity on my opponent's part. I don't know what he was thinking of when he was doing that, but I don't think setting up another Dragon Dance really mattered, or would have been beneficial for him, because it just seemed weird. Anyways, he goes into the Tapu Koko this time, which is going to get the electric terrain up, and I am not going to be able to go to sleep, which is awesome. So the only play I can do here is go for the Volt Switch, but he does reveal the Light Screen, which confirmed my suspicions that this was more of a hyper-offensive team, and this Tapu Koko isn't going to really bother me at the very end, late game, just because it most likely only has one move, and it's usually Volt Switch or U-Turn. So there you have it. So I go into my Rotom because Rotom is very healthy right now. And what is the Tapu Koko going to do to me? He's going to set up his screens or something? He's pretty smart and decides to go for the taunt here. And I was thinking about clicking the Hydro Pump, but I do go for the Defog here. And I believe I decide to fire off a Volt Switch or a Hydro Pump just to weaken this and start wasting time with its screens. So I do end up going for the Volt Switch here, which is fine. Doesn't do too much to the Tapu Koko because of light screen and it's not very effective. And I'm like, what am I going to do here? So I do go for the Magearna play here, which is awesome on my half, because now this Magearna can just sit there and just laugh in its face. It does go for the taunt here, but luckily for me, I am Assault Vest. I don't care if you taunt me or not, because I got nothing. So I do go for the Volt Switch here again. Just chipping away the Tapu Koko and wasting turns on his screens. And so I'm like in a kind of a problematic situation, because I do need to get rid of the screen so I can win with the end game of Volcarona. Because Volcarona in this instance will destroy his team completely outside of the Azu. So I land the Hydro Pump, which is awesome for me because now I can start chipping away the Tapu Koko. And I think he's starting to realize that, yeah, this is not looking good on his part. It is 5-3, but the game is really close because it can pretty much shift in anyone's momentum. He does Volt Switch out and just goes, or I should say U-turn, and goes into the Aerodactyl, which is completely fine with me because I'm pretty much can just fire off a free Volt Switch and able to knock out the Aerodactyl, which is great. So the Aerodactyl goes bye-bye. And I'm thinking here, well, I could go into Magearna, and I believe I just go into Kartana just to sack it and see what kind of Pokemon he will lead into. I don't have that much HP, and he's probably going to go to the Azu. Now, the situation here is that I'm clicking Leaf Blade no matter what, because if this Azu goes for a Belly Drum, it's going to be a huge problem. It does so much, but I see the berry and I'm like, oh my god, I lost. But wait, it's Citrus. It doesn't have enough HP for Belly Drum. It didn't hit the 50%, so I'm like, oh my god. Whew, we just survived a scare. Oh, thank you, Kartana. And that was the Reflect, too. This thing could have knocked it out. Woo! Anyways, I go into my Scizor just because I wanted to chip this Azu. But obviously, this Azu is faster than me since I don't have any speed invested in the Scizor. I do click the Bullet Punch. Goes for the Aqua Jet, of course, knocks me out. I'm like, it do not matter. Pockets got fatter. Because now I can just go into my Magearna. And I believe this could have been, if it has Aqua Jet, then most likely has Play Rough and Knockoff, I should say. So the Aqua Jet does absolutely nothing because I'm fat. And I go for my Energy Ball. And without the Light Screen, it's going to knock out the Azu. And that's the biggest scare factor. And that's pretty much game over. Because now the Tapu Koko can't really hurt me. Because it's just going to get its screens up. And it doesn't really matter because I'm at +1. So any attack will have neutral damage calcs. And I actually won this game without using any rocks. Kind of feels weird, especially in an OU match. But I do feel like my opponent could have, should have, would have played a little better around with the Mega Latios and the Kartana as well. He probably would have gotten sufficient damage to destroy me completely. But regardless, here we are, and we're able to knock out the Tapu Koko for the victory. And I believe it's a 3-0 victory in my favor. I didn't even get to use Volk, which is, it feels strange with this kind of team. But yeah, it was a pretty interesting battle. Shout out to my opponent for challenging me. And there you have it, guys. It's your boy Franklin with another OU Wi-Fi battle. Signing out. And I will keep you more updated with the giveaway of the Shiny Necrozma. Japanese, by the way. It's not officially released in the United States. So, see ya. Have a great weekend.